So the first thing you need to do before you can start selecting your songs is do the research. What kind of gig are you actually doing? What's the location? What's the function? So is it a club set? Are you playing at a bar? Is it a festival? Is it something like a conference? Or is it a private event? Maybe something like a wedding? Are you doing a radio gig, or is it for a live stream? So for me recently, live streams have been my gigs. I did a set yesterday and I made a selection for that live stream. So knowing what type of event you're doing is important because that will have an influence on your selection. Doesn't always have to be very different, but you're going to envision different things if you're playing on a large stage at a festival compared to being probably more of background music at a conference. So that's important to know. The second thing that you need to know is what kind of people, what's the crowd going to be like, what kind of people are attending, and what is the theme of the event. Is there a specific theme? Is it built around specific genres? Very important, because if it is something that is specifically for a couple of genres, then you're going to select songs within those genres. Is it going to be a trance event, or is it going to be hip hop, R&B? Is it going to be open format where you can do whatever you want to do? That is very important to know in advance. Another important thing is your time slot. Are you the warm-up DJ? Are you playing prime time? Are you somewhere in between? That has a very large effect on your song selection. This is important, especially for you new DJs. If you've been booked to play a warm-up set and you're going to select songs for your warm-up set, you shouldn't be looking at the crazy high energy hits. That's not your job. That's not what you're going to be playing during that event. I have a caveat there. I know that in certain places you will have cities or areas in cities that are really tourist focused, especially in the bar scene, where there's not really such a thing as a warm-up set. I don't really do these gigs, but I know the situation. You can have like streets or strips filled with bars, and those bars are just filled with tourists from the beginning to the end of the evening, and those tourists hop in and out of all the different bars. You're not going to be able to do a warm-up set there because the owner just wants you to play hype music, play hits. So when people come in, they hear familiar music, they grab more drinks, and that's it. Not my cup of tea. I would not prefer to play like that, but I do understand that if that is the job, you can't come in and be like, hey, I'm doing the warm-up set. I'm here to build the atmosphere, the ambiance. No, there's no such thing. You're going to have drunk tourists that come in and they want to hear banging music, hits, drink, and they'll leave after like 15, 20, 45 minutes, whatever. And then new people will come in and they're not there to be warmed up either. So it is very important to know the location, the type of gig it is, the type of crowd that's being expected. Another part of research is knowing what equipment there is, but that has no influence really on your song selection. So I'm going to leave that for an entirely different episode. So time slot, location, theme, crowd, those are important things. And the reason I say theme is you could have something that is built around specific genres, but you can also have something that's really built around a specific time frame as well. Meaning it could be a 70s disco party, but the emphasis is really on disco. So they want you to play a specific genre, but also just music from that one time frame. Or maybe it's a 70s party, so it's not specifically just disco, but you can play other genres, but it has to be from that same era. I mean, those are things that are really important to know. And sometimes that can make it a lot of fun when you're actually selecting your songs. If you have that goal, like, like, hey, I'm looking for something built around one specific theme, and that could be anything from Halloween to girl power, whatever it is, like just songs for the ladies or just playing female artists, something like that. There's all sorts of things. But if you know that that's the case, you're going to have a better idea of what you're looking for. You just watched the clip from the Share the Knowledge podcast. If you want to check out the full episodes, make sure you follow the link in the description box down below. Make sure to like, subscribe, share the video, share the knowledge. See you next time.